appreciation to His Excellency KP Sharma Oli for his kind invitation for me to participate in this summit, and of course to the government and the people of Nepal for their warm welcome and hospitality extended to me and my delegation since our arrival last night. The theme of the summit, addressing the critical challenges of our time, interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values, is incredibly relevant to the times in which we live, and timely in getting a response to these notions. The world, as we know it, is being literally shaken at its foundation by the forces of nature and by geopolitical events that is beginning to reshape and rebalance the centers of power and influence in the world. The foundations of the world were laid when men began to explore the planet. They unwittingly set the stage for a globalized economy where interdependency between nations, regions, and virtually the whole world would become the norm. Think of energy, resources, international trade, the movement of people, and even the causes of wars. It is all related to interdependence, if you really look at it closely. Our interdependence today is global, but getting light, getting tight. We become more entangled. The more we blend, in fact, our very own survival depends on it. The word interdependence resonates in today's setting more than ever before. The interdependence of states and benefits of joint action is necessary to address pressing global challenges prevalent in today's world. In countries exist in one global ecosystem, and what happens in one part of the world almost inevitably impacts on other countries. Countries, no matter how big, rich, or powerful, cannot act in isolation to solve crises. Addressing challenges nationally, even regionally, will remain insufficient without a global response. For instance, climate change, poverty, food insecurity, terrorism, even cybercrime, all require cooperation at the national, regional, and international level. States must uphold universal values to create a peaceful and secure environment for all. Interdependence, however, must be based on equal partnership between nations and regions that need each other. In my part of the world, the Pacific Ocean, Pacific Island countries face common problems such as isolation, diseconomies of scale, high transportation costs, and basically being out-resourced and outmaneuvered by bigger countries at the negotiation table. Pacific Island leaders realized that interdependency and cooperation is a necessity in order to have a greater degree of success in a very competitive and very contested world. A notable area of success worthy of mentioning is the management of the largest tuna fisheries in the world. The Pacific has the most sustainable tuna fishery, worth more than $3 billion annually. The revenue from fees over the past 10 years has increased substantially, and in the case of my country, by more than 800%. This did not come about easily, but rather through decades of information sharing, working together, and with great patience. The tyranny of distance is a mind-boggling issue for us. Improving connectivity and the movement of people and goods is an absolute key to a more prosperous Pacific society. Therefore, quality and focused capacity building is critically important to our region. I believe that this resonates with every country on earth, and more so in the developing world. Ladies and gentlemen, interdependence enables Nauru to pursue opportunities to meet its national sustainable development goals, aspirations. Ultimately, a better quality of life for all Nauruans. Opportunities include trade and services, investments, advancement of technology, and social benefits. Interdependence to address global challenges include climate change, which impact directly on small island states like Nauru, necessitates a coordinated multilateral response. Small island developing states do not have the resources, either nationally or regionally, to combat the adverse impact of climate change. Subsequently, protecting the ocean and environment for future generations needs collective global action. The ocean provides food and income for Nauru. The Pacific Ocean sustainability is critical to our livelihood and prosperity. Interdependency has also made us more vulnerable and fragile to global shocks, such as earthquakes, epidemics, financial crises, and political conflicts which threaten global supply of goods and information. Interdependence also has the potential to pose geopolitical threats, evident today in one country's dominance in the world's raw material. Trade embargoes and blockades impact adversely on the country in which it is imposed, as it cuts all supplies of goods, including vital drugs, technology, and others. For small island countries that rely on imports, this is a risk and threat of interdependence that we continually must be cognizant of. Interdependence is the reality and will enable countries to achieve mutual prosperity. However, acknowledge that interdependency also creates vulnerability and fragility in countries, especially in small island developing states. In this regard, the final theme of the summit, universal values, is relevant in the global interdependent community that we currently belong to. Upholding universal values, that is, peace, freedom, social progress, human dignity, could create peaceful and secure environments for all. In conclusion, interdependency in today's world must be based on equal partnership, based on mutual needs for mutual prosperity. And I thank you very much.